And so today what we saw the FDA do was give an authorization for both the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine for these young children. So for Pfizer, it's between the ages of 6 months and 5 years, and for Moderna for 6 months to 6 years. So that is quite a milestone. If you could believe it, it's been a year and a half since we've had the first authorization for adult vaccines, and even that authorization was not unanimous. Today, the vote was unanimous. Moderna and Pfizer vaccines are very similar. They have a very similar safety profile, certainly when you compare them to that 25-year-old group. Remember, these are bridging down trials. These are not trials specifically this formulation for pediatrics. Both of these compounds have been trialed in the era of Omicron, more so Moderna than Pfizer, that finished its trials earlier. And so one thing you will see is with the Moderna is a 2-dose regimen of 25 micrograms, which is a quarter of the adult dose, given 4 weeks apart. And the Pfizer vaccine is a 3 microgram dose, which is actually 1/10 of the original dose, and it's given as a 3-dose series. So if you can remember, 2 doses of Pfizer really wasn't enough to provide adequate protection for children. They went back and added that 3rd dose. And so the process is after the FDA issues authorization, it then goes to the CDC's advisory panel, this Vaccines and Related Biologic Products Committee. And that committee makes a recommendation. And then the CDC, via Rochelle Walensky, who is our director of the CDC, will make a final recommendation and a sign-off. Those meetings will take place actually today and tomorrow. So we may see vaccines available as early as this weekend or Monday. No, multiple branches have to sign off. So there is the process. So the FDA views it first, and then the CDC committee looks at it second. We need to have approval and congruence of both of those. So the FDA is that first level of screening and approval, and now it's at the second level with the CDC. And Dr. Rochelle Walensky will have the final sign off. Without her signature, it doesn't move forward. And I think it's important to know when we look at vaccine uptake that, we see a low degree of vaccine uptake in our younger children, in that demographic of 5 to 11 years of age. Really, the uptake has been about 30% that have really completed that primary series. As compared to the older age group, those 65 to 74, over 90% of people have been vaccinated. Over 80, more than 84% have been vaccinated. So we definitely have some concern, especially when we look at that Kaiser Family Foundation survey, that only 18 to 20% of parents say that they are going to step up and make certain that they get their children vaccinated right away. And so there needs to be an educational and information campaign such that parents understand the value of the vaccine and the inherent risk of not getting the vaccine. Even though the risk in children of getting sick is low, we still have to think about long COVID, and we have to think about all of the unintended consequences as well.